Bed sores and wound care. One of the bigger issues that we ran into while our uncle was staying in nursing facilities was due to some health issues. At one point, he had lost his leg. He actually had it amputated below the knee. Initially, it was one. Later on, he actually ended up getting the second leg amputated also. As you can imagine, this caused some mobility issues. And prior, he was a generally mobile individual, getting around, whether it was with a cane or with in his wheelchair. He was, just from his spirit and who he was a mover. But during this period, it caused his mobility to go down. And what would end up happening is, outside of the periods where we were there visiting the nursing home, he would actually more or less just be in the bed, because they were not taking the initiative to get him moved, ensuring that his wounds from his actual amputations were taken care of. And it caused a situation where he was just not getting the best of care, unfortunately. And in the end, the situation was so dire that the not receiving the proper wound care actually ended up causing him to get an infection, and that infection, through a series of mishaps of dealing with the nursing facility, actually ended up with him passing away, unfortunately. In that situation, when we saw that, we wanted to make sure that if we could help just one family not have to experience that, we would do everything that we could to have that happen. So we have protocols in place to make sure we identify situations and residents that have high risk of, let's say, receiving bed sores if they're lower mobility, and in a situation where we need to make sure they're getting moved, they're getting properly taken care of. We will do that. We are here to make sure that your loved one has the absolute best situation to have a successful stay as possible. And if that involves taking those extra steps, we are going to do that. Our staff is highly trained to also do that. And we're going to not just be reactive to situations. We're also proactively looking for changes in the mobility of our residents. If generally it's taking Mr. Johnson 5 minutes to get to the bathroom, and then a week or two later, now it's taking 10-15. Hey, we want to see what's going on, because we want to proactively address any situation that is to come. We want to be ahead of it versus reacting to it. Of course, there will be situations, where you do have to, figure it out as you go. But generally, we want to stay ahead, and that's what we pride ourselves on. If you want to know more about the Ricky's Place Care Home, you can reach us at rickysplacecarehome.com, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have.